Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we are going to be starting Dr. Stone, courtesy of a Patreon request from Robin Funkhauser. I actually did an opening reaction to Dr. Stone a long time ago, maybe like a year or so ago. And I remember finding it very interesting, and it had a really strong opening song. But other than that, I haven't really heard anything about it since then, or since the opening. But I really did enjoy the opening. So now that I have a recommendation here, we're going to watch the first episode. If you want to recommend something yourself, definitely check out the Yandere tier or the Waifu tier on the Patreon, and let's go ahead and start. Oh, okay, there's people turned into stone. The title is appropriate. Isn't that like the wrong place to confess? That's one way of thinking. He's got that like mad scientist look. Like something bad will definitely happen. Right, so how did everybody turn into stone then? Did something explode? Or don't tell me it was the love potion. And how the hell does he get his hair like that? Is that a lot of hair gel? What about a 0.001 chance he does? So he would have just straight up died. It's good to see that guy cares about his friends. These guys are great friends too. Jesus. What are the odds these confessions ever work out when they're public like this? I'm 0 for 2 on these ones. Wait, so this is how it happens? Randomly? Holy sh... So it's not an explosion. Oh, of course, right before you're gonna confess, you turn into stone. Isn't that how life works? No high school love, no wonderful beach day. Holy, there's gonna be a lot of crashing planes, a lot of crashing cars. It's a stone apocalypse. What the the title really is appropriate as hell. Like, that's about as accurate as you can, other than doctor. But I guess the way that guy, you know, it's got that mad scientist look. He did look, because I remember seeing the opening a while back and I remember seeing the look of that character, and I thought it was odd. It felt more like fantasy, like a fantasy look. But he started in a school anime. That was extremely unexpected. That's why this was so odd to me, because like you look at that guy, it's like that guy is not You wouldn't think this guy is in one of those school anime love story, guy's gonna confess his love, like, and then they just all turn into stone. So many questions. Oh, wait, they're alive as stone. I was wondering where the other voice was coming from. Wait, no. So do these guys just live horrible lives as stone and not able to move? They just feel everything? Even the guys like heads that fell off and everything, are they all still alive? Holy shit! They just did a, what is that, 1,000-year time jump? So it was just humans though. Animals lived, so, like everything else still survived. Wow. So the world kind of went back, even though it progressed 1,000, went in forward, what, 1,000 years or more here? But society's pretty much gone. Oh. What phenomena is this, though? But how? And he never got to have his high school confession. Wait, so some of them are all still there? And how did they not break? Well, oh, okay, never mind. Some of them broke. You still got to have that confession somehow. Wait, so he was he still conscious? That he was conscious that entire time. So it's not like he just woke up. Wait. Okay, so things were already turning into stone, but we saw a bunch of animals not be stone before, so maybe it's not specific to just humans, since it happened before they all turned into stone. So maybe, like, something to do with, like, I'm trying to think, like, radiation in the sky, like, from space or something that would, like, turn them all into stone. I thought it was going to be that, like, some science thing gone awry. That's what it was setting up to be, it seemed like. Oh, I really thought... Oh, wow, now I feel like an idiot. I feel really dumb. I thought that bird turned into stone. Or, well, hey, man, I don't know. It makes me still think it could possibly they turned into stone. She's been there the whole time. Everyone's been there the whole time. Like, as stone, they're still able to function. So she probably... Wow, so she probably sees him then and is just talking, or well, can't talk.
すまん。俺は守れなかった。いや。
How so?
生きてられたんだ。ずっと。あの絶望的な暗闇で一人。
The sad part is you don't even know if she would have said yes. What if she was gonna say no this whole time?
聞いてくれ、ユズリハ。あの日の続きを。あの日の続きを。
Wait, so you're gonna confess to her while she's stoned?
大好きでした。
The longest blue balls ever.
でも。
She can't answer you. Well, she's probably screaming her answer, but you can't hear it.
助けるからな、ユズリハ。やり方は今はまるでわからん。だが、必ず。
Follow the river downstream.
下れ、デカブツ。
What?
やっと起き上がった。
Oh shit!
このデカブツ。
Wait, so he thawed out of the stone too? Why does he have E equals MC squared on his... Holy... Wow. 4,000... Wait, go to 3,700... Oh, yeah. 3,700 years. God, my math is bad.
周期くらいでピークが来んな。腹下してる時みてえなもんか。1164億2706万5000。
I think about like how insane it would be to be 3,700. Think of this: 3,700 years. Like playing in your head. I have a hard enough time when I'm trying to go to sleep for like an hour, thinking inside my own head, and just like, if I was frozen and I couldn't move for 3,700 years, even if I thawed out, I think I would have been a nut. I would have been crazy, but absolutely insane by that point. I mean, how many like games can you play in your head? How many dreams and scenarios and imagination? I mean, I could play like movies in my head or something of that I've seen only so many times. I can't imagine it. It's crazy. This count, I mean, you can count to a trillion times.
もしも意志の力で起きれても、裸一貫で冬に目覚めりゃ食料調達で即ゲームを。正確な暦はどうしても必要な情報だった。ほら、着いたぞ。
Yeah, and he was actually counting how long it took too, which is just insane to think about too.
お前、ゼロからこれを。足りねえ。俺一人じゃ生活基盤作成だけで一日が終わる。
So it's just him?
文明に進むには。なんだよ、大樹。てめえを。100億%生きてるって分かってたからな。譲り派に言う。ポッチ踏ん張れねえわけねえ。
He does seem like the stubborn type. I'm telling you, man, it'd be so sad if she was gonna say no. That's all I can think of. They have to pretty much start over. This is a really interesting premise. And how do you protect from something like that happening again, too? But you're missing an Eve. You got Adam and Adam. You got Adam and Adam. How do you reproduce? Yeah, there's a lot of food that you cannot digest. I guess they're kind of good counters to each other because without one of them there, the other one wouldn't be able to do something. He'd die from the food he ate.
ありがとうセンク何から何まで俺は考える工夫のできん分気合と量でカバーしてみせる
Yep, and he needed somebody strong and, you know, doesn't think too hard, wouldn't ask questions.
テレビで見たことがあるぞ
And think, that's just their school in that area that they lived at. This could be everywhere. That's meaning there could be more people in other countries, other cities that could have came back to life. Well, unstoned.
やはり世界にはもう他に人間はいないのか人間は増やす
Exactly.
確かにそもそも3700年も
That is the question here.
ああこの謎の鉱石の腐食だと
Why these two?
二人ほぼ同時
Well, six months apart, I guess, compared to 3,700 years.
合理的な理由がある
Isn't that much?
俺もてめえも
Oh. We did see that drop on him. So acid can break the stone? So why don't you just do that on everybody then?
めんどくせえからかけらも説明しねえそう単純なら苦労はしねえがな
Maybe it needs to be in a certain multiple factors, a certain situation. Maybe the weather has to be a certain degree, like certain degrees, certain I don't know, maybe there's multiple things. Until you find a way of doing it. Lots and lots of testing.
酒のアルコールがありゃ硝酸プラスエタノール
今なんて言ったセンク
あナイタールだよ鉱物のフェライト硫化
I don't think it's like going in one ear and out the other. Hey, that's smart. There you go. Using your brain. you know, sometimes get things right. Hulk smash the grapes.
ワイン作んのは超絶簡単だ。ただ混ぜときゃ出来上がる。俺らのいた時代じゃ密造酒で犯罪だ。
I mean, I don't think that really counts now. When you two are the only one alive.
しかしセク未成年飲酒になるな。
The rules, yeah, the rules don't exist.
そうだったな。
The problem is, like, if you get sick, you don't have a doctor. If you get, like, there's so many bad things that can happen now.
ブドウさえあればこんな簡単にできるんだな。
地道に一歩。始めようワインの上流。ブランデー
Write a
の
book.
作り方だ。
上流か。
からしてアルコール濃くすんなよ。なーに、紀元前
You don't have Google anymore.
メソポタとするぜこれは。
Ruined right in front of you immediately. I mean, this is when like you kind of realize you took a lot of stuff for granted. Technology, everything was just open to you. You could easily Google something, you could easily make something. You had a chemistry lab or a laboratory in general to work on stuff. Now you gotta, make your own. Though he's done pretty good for 6 months. We're kind of seeing the passing of a little bit of time here. God damn. So that's how you shave. Yes. That's one way of shaving. Huh. And this is why you keep testing and testing. Oh! What? Just a feather? Is that a bad sign? Well, they found it.
そう地道な努力を科学って呼んでるだけだ。
Aha! Success. Wait, so that means they can revive anybody. Now the thought is, do you want to revive everybody? And right now you probably have a limited supply. So how much would it take for each person? A lot of things to think about.
実験始めて1年。意外と早かったな。ファンタジーに科学で勝ってやんぞ。
Yeah, that's gotta feel very satisfying though. Yeah, that's this is a very interesting concept because I'm trying to think of something similar that I've watched and I can't. Not like nothing. Obviously, people turning into stone and coming back. We've seen in a limited thing where it's like, oh no, you've been spit on and you turned into stone and then we revived you or whatever, like 1 or 2 people. But to this extent where the entire world turns into stone randomly without like an actual explanation or anything, I think this show seems to go in a different direction when it comes to this, because I can't really feel what kind of show this is going to be yet. you have, I mean, we have a couple main characters here, but one of them talks a lot about science and is, it's very technical. We're seeing a lot, they even had to create something to be able to, remove people from the stone and find a solution to do that. 3,700 years. It's just so, I'm having a very hard time wrapping my brain around just the process of dealing with that. One guy counts the entire time to make sure he's able to tell how long it's been. The other guy just, all he thinks about is confessing to the girl the entire time. He thought he was just having this is going to be a nice little school anime and everything's going to be fun. And then it just goes to, I'm going to confess my love. And then 3,700 years later, it's just, that's why I couldn't help thinking, I'm like, what if she was going to say no? What if you were gonna do this and then she was like in the process of saying no and then she turned into stone? Like you have like all 3,700 years of blue balls and just pure love and wanting to confess, and then now you actually have something to be able to revive her. So I'm more nervous about her answer to him than I am about some of the other stuff so far. Does anybody else think like that? I can't help it. But this is a very interesting concept. I really think the characters are enjoyable. They really, obviously there was only 2 people alive. So we got to know the 2 characters very well in one episode. It developed them well. I feel like, I know them. I think they did for the first episode. I think this was done like, it was just very, sometimes you get a slower first episode, and this was not it. Like they threw the premise at you and slammed it into your face. But there's so much, the world is open with something like this. What can happen? Now you have to create society. Now you have to you have to rebuild and remake everything. 3,700 years is a long time, but there's just like old civilizations and stuff that we find in history. We find fossils and we find things that remnants of people's old lives and stuff. Could they use anything from 3,700 years ago, or would everything mostly be gone by this point? Where's the internet? Can we dig up Google, please? So how are they going to rebuild everything? That's like my biggest questions. And who do you want to revive? How do you you have a way of getting people out of the stone, but I would think there's some people you probably wouldn't want to get out of that. So, and there could be a limited supply of this. Only so much you can do. There's so many humans in the world. Also, if we saw a lot of people, they were falling from planes, so their body obviously broke and stuff. If you revive them, are they actually? I'm making the assumption that if their head is fallen off, they're dead. 100%. They didn't get the conscience of being able to still be alive for that entire time. That's my assumption. I feel like I feel like that, yeah, there would be some priorities on who you would revive, but I guess we'll see that on the next episode. But seriously, amazing first episode. I am really enjoying this so far.